Welcome, family, to Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos podcast. I'm your host, Emmanuel Barbee. Today is a special segment of the show. I'm still under the weather, but the show must continue. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, share this video podcast, and hit the like button. This video podcast is available in 3 forms: audio, video, and as a written text in order for us to reach our audience. I cite all of my sources on my Medium transcript under Show and Prove. You can find the transcript on our YouTube channel under About. I use this platform to interact with everyone on my friends list and everyone in my social groups by giving Black business owners free airtime to promote their products and services. I give people in the faith community an opportunity to share the gospel of Jesus Christ, and ordinary law-abiding citizens an opportunity to share their special talents and skills to my listeners from around the globe. After the show, I offer my guest speakers an incentive by teaching them how to create their own podcast and YouTube channel to help them earn extra revenue during COVID-19. I also assist people on my friends list with creating basic websites, finding college scholarships and grants, housing, and legal services, all for free. I created GRCAM, the grassroots community activist movement, back in November of 1991 on a site called Gopher in order to connect with other like-minded Black people, African people, and others who are serious about solving Black issues in America and solving African issues on the African continent, solving Caribbean issues on the islands, and solving Brazilian issues in Brazil. I believe this new technology called the internet would help connect us together so that we can do great things on a domestic front and on an international front. I did street ministry for 2 years in Chicago. I had little to no support, so I decided to turn to social media to recruit brave and smart Black people and African people across the United States who would come forth and work with me in turning my vision and plan into a reality. I needed smart boots on the ground. After 15 years of being overlooked and rejected by established Black organizations who are funded by the financial elites, I decided to write and publish my story, quote, "The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America." In the book, I explain what I experienced when I did street ministry. My experience, both good and bad, led me to take control of my life, and now I wanted to share my wisdom with my group members worldwide. Passing out peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and cheese sandwiches to homeless individuals was just a feel-good thing for me. I was helping someone, but my inner voice told me that was just putting a band-aid on an open wound. My creator, Jesus/Yahshua, has given me a vision on how to solve Black issues in America, not by putting a band-aid on an open wound, but rather applying stitches to an open wound. I was blessed to connect with Sister Renee. She assisted me in editing my revised book and have been working with me for the past 10 years. I wrote the vision and made it plain in my revised book, yet my revised book is still not on the bestsellers list. And that hasn't deterred me, because I want to get my message out there. I decided to turn my book into a docudrama. The title of our film project is entitled Hood Liberator Made in Chicago, The War Against Willie Lynch Begins. This film is based on my experience growing up in the inner cities of Chicago, being illegally taken away from my home at age 7 and being tossed into the foster care system and in a children's group home. My experience being returned to my home and the senseless violence I witnessed and had to endure during my teenage years. I'm called to create a new system that would focus on eradicating urban violence in Chicago through arts, culture, commerce, spiritual development, from my Christian business called GRCAM of Chicago, the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago. Our objective is to to take the lead in solving black issues in America, starting in Chicago, by strengthening the black families that want more out of life and for their children, while improving the black community to give our black youth the greatest opportunities to thrive. This is my last attempt to try to do something positive for my racial group in America. So far, we have raised $1,000. Our goal is to raise $500,000 so that I can hire a professional black production company and quality black actors. We have applied for grants, but as far as we have received nothing. Without support from the black grassroots and the global African family, we will not be able to do our job. Our topic for today: when will GRCAM group members step up and support our film project for 2022? Like I've been saying all along, I'm just one black man with a plan and a vision. It takes a team to make a dream work. Black millennials and Generation Z who reside in America, I need to talk with you. Our grandparents have failed us by pushing for social integration instead of focusing on pushing for black economic empowerment. 53 years, black Americans have been begging the financial elites for freedom, justice, and equality. These are the same people who decided to include everyone in our grandparents' struggle by mentioning one word in the civil rights legislation, and that was minorities. Minorities were not victims of American slavery. Black people were. As a collective, we don't have an inheritance. The George Floyd Justice in Policing Act did not pass. This should be your wake-up call. Yet the Asian hate crime bill passed by both political parties. I was unable to reach my generation, which is Generation X, because many of them have become Americanized and out of touch with the black community. If you don't support your advocates, then you won't have any advocates. I don't have another 30 years to waste. You have two choices, either to embrace annihilation or survival. I offer something that no black leader in America has, and that is a solution to solve all of our social problems in America if given a chance. The reason why I am focusing on the film is because it would allow us to reach the black masses or the soil. The proceeds from the film will put me in a better position financially so that I can hire black middle-class professionals who will make sure that GRCAM of Chicago will be effective and successful for years to come. Buy office equipment and purchase property in Chicago and in Africa when we launch our African tours. I need my international African friends who reside in Liberia, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Angola, Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, Ethiopia, Tanzania, and Uganda to come on the show and interact with the diaspora in real time until we are able to make the trip to Africa. I want to make sure when I come to Africa that I would be in a better position financially so that I can offer my African group members from GRCAM Africa tangibles, employment, and a multi-purpose facility where our members can gather and meet African diaspora in person. We want to connect African entrepreneurs with black entrepreneurs from the diaspora, African artists with black artists from the diaspora. In time, we will host Caribbean tours from the Bahamas, Barbados, Haiti, Jamaica, and Trinidad, as well as Brazil. The Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago will offer financial literacy classes, which will improve our members' situation in life and change the outlook of their immediate families. Our goal is to help turn our members' life goals into reality by promoting black economic empowerment, which will help break the cycle of poverty, achieve home ownership, and build generational wealth. Offer stipends for black youth who act in our films and stage plays. Our goal is to make Chicago a model city in America, a one-stop multi-purpose facility for Black families and African families by providing a safe space within the Black community. We will offer cooperative housing services, cooperative healthcare services, and cooperative grocery store on our premises. We plan to replicate this Christian organization in at least 10 American cities, 10 African nations, and a few places in the Caribbean and hopefully in Brazil. GRCAM Chicago will raise the bar in Black America since no one wanted to work with me when I was small time. This organization will be membership based. None of my members will never have to endure such humiliation and rejection just for trying to do something positive in the Black community. As long as a person is an active member, we will work with them and their immediate family members for life. We will separate ourselves from hardened criminals, urban terrorists, active gang members, and pedophiles within the Black community. Once we're established in Chicago, everyone must attend our mandatory orientation, pass our criminal background checks, and submit their thumbprints in our database so that we can keep tabs on who is doing what. No freeloaders. Everyone must contribute to build this organization. In time, we will offer a second chance program for ex-offenders of nonviolent crimes and former gang members. Non-Black sympathizers are welcome to join us, but it's Black people's responsibility to build it and to own it, because this is a Black organization based on my experience. This is not just about just business. This is personal. We will declare war on this Willie Lynch mentality within Black society. For 30 years, I've been fighting for our Black youth in Chicago and beyond. I've never lost faith that one day God will connect me with other like-minded Black people, African people, and others who will work with me and Sister Renee in building a brighter future for our children who are trapped in American ghettos, starting in Chicago. Together, we can solve Black issues in America and throughout the diaspora. I'm calling on all of my Christian group members in Light of the World Inspirational Group and Christian Spoken Word Network to pray that God would connect me with people who have the means to support our film project. In Jesus, Yahshua's name. Pray that my revised book would get on the bestsellers list in Jesus, Yahshua's name. Pray that the Spirit of God would allow our Christian business to make a real impact and meet the need of our young Black youth in Chicago, in Jesus, Yahshua's name. If you got any value from our content, then please consider supporting our film project in 3 ways. They are as follows. Through our virtual store, we provide merchandise such as COVID masks, coffee mugs, posters, handbag, and t-shirts. All proceeds will go towards our film project. 2, our PayPal page, GRCAM Chicago, is a faith-based community advocacy organization. Our mission is to eradicate urban violence in Chicago through art, culture, commerce, and spiritual developments. Donations can be used as a tax write-off for U.S. citizens because this is a legitimate 501c3 nonprofit organization. Number 3, you can also support our film project by purchasing my revised book, quote, The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America, 2nd edition, which is available on my Amazon author page. I provide each website on my Medium transcript under Show and Prove. You can also find each website on my YouTube channel under About. If you are unable to participate on the show, no worries. When you have a moment, please watch my latest video podcast. Leave a public comment in the comment section on my YouTube page and on my Facebook page about the topic. Please share my information with your friends. This will help get the ball rolling. This video podcast attempts to present relevant information and use critical thinking analysis from a spiritual perspective of what's happening in Black America to form a more just society starting in America and throughout the diaspora, from news, social issues, cultural issues, and political issues. Our objective is to serve the hungry, the voiceless and the powerless, black people who are considered, quote, the least of these by society standards. GRCAM Media is dedicated to informing and inspiring black people to live life to the fullest. This video podcast uses social media, webinars, teaching, and lectures to accomplish our goal of informing and inspiring our listeners from around the globe. The goal of the grassroots community activist movement is to provide solutions and strategies to solve black issues domestically and internationally. Our black media component helps stop the genocide in American ghettos. Video podcast / the New Black Voices of Media is an extension of GRCAM. On our YouTube channel, we plan to provide travel, video, podcasts, interviews, and guest contributors on the show. We're committed to reporting truthful and accurate news. Our platform has been a voice for Black America and the global African family for the past 30 years. We need to get it together, black people. We need to start practicing group economics and building a better living condition for our youth. This is why I created GRCAM. This is what I want to be remembered for, not sitting behind a computer complaining about the issues, but trying to recruit brave and smart black people, African people, and others who want to solve black issues point blank. I use my video podcast to help raise awareness about the genocide which is taking place in our inner cities, beginning with Chicago. We're trying to help stop the genocide in American ghettos through our faith-based community advocacy nonprofit organization, GRCAM Chicago. Our focus is on strengthening the black family. We will have 7 components: a social service component, a spiritual component, which will be optional for secular people, an entertainment component, an entrepreneur component, a political component under our for-profit service-based sector, healthcare and wellness component, black media component. This is one of the most important films in our lifetimes, and I refuse to allow small-minded black people to continue to present this no solution to solve black issues. GRCAM is about connecting black artists, African artists, black entrepreneurs, African entrepreneurs. It's time for us to move from behind a computer and make our presence known in the black community, starting in Chicago. I'm calling on legitimate black production companies in Chicago and surrounding suburbs to send me a message to my Facebook inbox if you are serious about being part of this film project. We are seeking film crews such as sound technicians, graphic designers, assistant directors of photography, camera assistants, hair and makeup artists, and production assistants, and of course quality actors. Our platform has been the place where truth is presented and propaganda by the mainstream media is being destroyed. We need your help. Platforms like ours that focus on improving the black community is not supported by major investors, banks, nor mega corporations. We encourage you to ask your non-black friends to help patronize our film project. You may ask, what is your plan for growth in 2022? We will focus on branding and marketing. Our film project is just the beginning. The main issue many black businesses have is that people don't know they exist. We have invest in marketing, and we will invest in marketing in 10 African nations in order to reach the black masses. We will also hire a professional marketing team that will be dedicated to this goal. We can't depend on social media to promote our platform. We plan on growing our team by hiring black journalists, graphic designers, and editors. We will partner with other black companies and African companies in order to bring more African diaspora to the African continent through our African tours. You could help us meet our goals in 3 ways. Again, that is by helping us get our revised book on that bestsellers list. Secondly, you could purchase items from our virtual store. And finally, give a direct donation to our film project campaign through our PayPal page. Thank you for listening to this message, peace, and blessings. So, instructions on how to participate on the show. First, watch my video podcast. This is called Side A. After I finish my presentation, then I will open up the phone lines through Facebook Messenger. This is called Side B. You can interact with me in real time either by voice call, by clicking on the phone icon, or by video call by clicking on the camera icon. I will open up the virtual phone lines for about 15 minutes. If I don't have any callers, then we will conclude the show. Our show is the best way for us to get our message out to the public until we get our film fully funded and made. This is what I want to be remembered for, trying to do something positive to help my people that's trapped in American ghettos, and trying to connect with brave and smart black people and African people from around the world. Again, this is not a game to me. I'm not on here, just trying to get rich. If I was just trying to get rich, I would have written many books. All I'm just trying to do is connect with brave and smart people so I can try to recruit people to come to Chicago so I can have smart boots on the ground. I don't have that. It's just me and, like I say, just me and Sister Renee. Very frustrating, but I'm trusting my Creator. And I thank Him again, for this challenging situation that I have to endure. But I know that in the end, it's going to pay off, because African people are going to get it together. Black people in America is going to get it together. We got to come against this culture of ignorance. Our motto is intelligence over ignorance. And we refuse to allow ignorant people to, hijack our culture and to be the voice for Black America. Although GRCAM is not technically the voice for Black America, but GRCAM is the voice for our members. And GRCAM is the solution for Black America as well as for Africa. And with that being said, I'm going to open up the phone lines. I want to hear from my listeners out there. Don't be afraid. This is the whole purpose of me doing my show. This is all I have right now. My revised book, my virtual store, and my PayPal page. I try to use a GoFundMe to set up my page on there. I submit all my documentations that I have a legitimate 501c3 nonprofit, but unfortunately they won't give me the donation button. Same thing with Strive that's on Facebook. I submit all my documentation, letting them know that I have a legitimate 501c3 nonprofit organization, but for some reason they won't give me my donation button. As far as I'm concerned, this is spiritual warfare at its best. And I believe in the Holy Spirit. I believe the Holy Spirit will vindicate me for all this stuff that I have endured for the past 30 years. He's known what I've done. Again, I documented everything in my revised book, wrote the vision, and made it plain. Yet, for some strange reason, Black America has not embraced my vision. And that's okay. Everybody's not going to be a part of it. And plus, we can't help everybody. The Pookie and Ray Rays will not be part of this organization. But nevertheless, we're going to keep on doing the best that we can to get our message out and to get this film fully funded, so that way we could move to the next level and get this organization started in the inner city, starting in my old community, Austin. We want to cover Austin, Garfield Park, and North Lawndale, make our presence known there as well as on the south side of Chicago. We want to make Chicago a model first, because it's not just Chicago that's going through all these social issues. Every inner city in America has the same problems: gun violence, crime, poverty, high unemployment. It's the same mess, but this stuff can be solved if we work directly with families that want more out of life. It starts with the family, because the family was attacked back in, I would say, during this civil rights era, when they was trying to, push for integration and all that stuff. I talk about that in the book. But nevertheless, the war against poverty, that was a code for the war on the black family. Same thing with the war on drugs. That was also the war against the black family. Those are just coded words in America to destroy the black family. But nevertheless, phone lines are now open, and I want to hear from you all out there.